Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Hey.
She's performing at Caroline's all weekend long. Yamaneika Saunders.
Yes,
Saunders.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Well, just Yamaneika. It's enough to process.
Yeah, Yamaneika is a special.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm glad to be back.
Met another Yamaneika?
No. I think there might be a few floating around, but, you know, no, I haven't. I don't look forward to it.
Was it difficult with the name? Did you like your name growing up? Because my name is Rashawn. R-A-A capital S-H-A-U-N.
Yes.
It never fit on the Scantron when I had to take tests.
Right.
And everybody always had a hard time spelling it and saying it. So did it ever bother you as a kid?
Well, I went to all-white school, so I didn't really learn my name until I was in, like, 3rd grade. You know, white people ain't got time for that.
So what they call you, Yama?
Well, my nickname is Nikki, which people also got wrong because they say Nikki.
Right.
It's not Nikki, it's Nikki. But I was spelling Nikki until I was about, I don't know, 7, 8. And then Yamaneika came around. I had to put it together myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Well, first of all, congratulations on the Hulu show, Life and Beth.
Yes. I'm so excited about that show.
And it got picked up for season 2 also.
Yes, it got picked up for season 2. I was really excited about the show, looking back at the show. You could also tell I was taping it during the pandemic, you know, because I was like super bigger.
But you've been working out nonstop.
I've been working out. I've been boxing, so I'm a different big now, right? I'm a fighter nigga big. But then you know, it just I had like the anti-body dysmorphia where I thought I looked good, and then I went and looked at it. I was like, oh, girl, you missing a lot of steps. And it was happening during the pandemic, so between every scene, I was like washing my hands because we were going crazy with that. So my hands look super dark. Child, season 2, I got to come with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been working out nonstop. And I have to say, you were one person who, during the pandemic, was not playing about the mask, about
No, I was wearing everything. Shower curtains, quilts. I wasn't playing. Listen, in the beginning, they said it was killing fat people, old people, black people. Nigga, I'm all 3 of them things.
Shut
you
up.
understand? So I'm not going COVID just sitting there in the background looking at me like, I know that bitch about to fuck up.
So how are you dealing with it now? Because now they're saying you don't have to wear masks on plane.
That's what they saying. I still require masks.
Right.
I don't want nobody sitting next to me without no mask on.
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell them that. You can be like, hey, no, you can't sit there without a mask.
I mean, I'm also in first class, so I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? I'm
All right. Talking Yamaneika.
You know, first class next to you sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, you can always just, the distance. You know, I think an economy, and first of all, I just want everybody to know I'm not disrespecting the economy. I'm a big bitch, so I cannot be in the economy seat, because every time I try to sit in the economy, I got to take my pussy out and put it overhead. So,
gracious. You
you know what I mean? Like, I got to sit with the room in the first class. One time I left my pussy on the plane, I had to go get it from Chicago. Now, I don't like in terms of people thinking that the pandemic is over, it's not over.
Right.
It's not. And so I think people just think because, you know, their family ain't dying as much that it's over. People are still dying. It's still a very serious thing. And I'm taking precautions because I value my life. And that was the biggest thing I didn't understand when people were going back and forth about, oh, COVID's not real, it's not a lie. I mean, at the very least, don't you want to protect your life if it is real? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To take the precautions. So, yeah, I like to be around people who are still aware that this is a thing and wearing their masks when they can.
How difficult was it to go back to stand-up because of COVID and seeing people? And now, you know, people want to touch you. They want to talk to you. And then when people have longer conversations, it seemed during COVID.
Yeah, super long conversations. Listen, this is not going to be a popular opinion.
Uh-oh.
Or a fact. It's actually a fact. Doing stand-up was like almost guaranteed you was going to get COVID. It was like almost guaranteed because you sharing the mic. I can't tell you how many times some comic was like, oops, I found out I had COVID. You shared the mic behind me. And I have to take a test. You know, so we started switching out mics, but people just get very lazy. You want to get on stage. You don't want to be switching out mics. You don't want to do that whole technical difficulty. You just want to get on stage. So it was like, you know, and then comics are like partying and touching people and in people's face. And already, you know, male comics out here, they having sex with anything that'll have sex with them. So, you know, you got comic cold, STDs, bad jokes. You know, you just dodging it all.
So when do you remember when you first hit the stage during the pandemic, like after, you know, quarantining the way that you did? You remember your first time getting back on stage?
Yeah, I mean, it was you know, because I didn't do the Zoom shows. You know, I tried to stop it with that because doing Zoom and then having everybody's mics on and people at the microwave while you trying to do set, you know. So I did not speak to anybody in terms of stand up for maybe like 7 or 8 months. So the first time it was a little weird. I mean, people don't appreciate the fact that there is a craft and an art to stand up, right? And there's timing involved, there's audience, you know, understanding the audience, listening, you know, just those things you have to get in the rhythm of again. And it probably took me like a couple weeks just to feel comfortable again. And then also we had the pressure of knowing that people didn't want to laugh about everything. Right. You know, everything was so sensitive. What was funny during this time when people were dying? What is funny about, you know, do we talk about COVID? Do we not talk about COVID? People being overly talking about COVID in a very generalized way. And then, you know, people trying to hit the hot spot of COVID, but then also, you know, hurting people's feelings who lost people from COVID. So it was a difficult time, but we made it through.
How did you work it out? Because a lot of comedians, I know they go to smaller comedy clubs to work out their material, but with the pandemic, everything was closed. So how did you work out materials? How did you know something was going to hit?
I never really worry about if anything's going to hit in terms of I just say it. Because, you know, I generally, my comedy is what I think, right? And it's always, the laughter always allows me to know that people think like me, right? So it's just whatever, you know, I'm saying. I mean, there was a lot of strain away from COVID. I just talked about all the fears that I had of it. You know, I know the big thing, especially in the Black and brown community, is this a conspiracy? You know, are white people trying to kill us? Tuskegee and all, you know, people became all these philosophers and historians about, you know, what was happening. It's like, you didn't know about Tuskegee before all this happened. Now you went on Instagram, you saw something with Dr. Sebi in the background, and now all of a sudden you know about Tuskegee. You didn't understand what was happening there. So you had all these different spaces that were bringing information, misinformation, and people arguing. I felt like attacked. Because it's like, well, I definitely want to get the vaccine because I want to protect myself.
And people get so mad.
They get super mad, or it's like, you're buying into the system, or you don't have a mind for yourself, and things like that. So I would talk a lot about, listen, I don't want to take the vaccine. I'm nervous just like you, but I also value my life, you know, and I lost people, you know, to COVID. So it's like, yeah, I do think I probably will turn into a dancing gremlin, you know, that can't go to the microwave after midnight. But also, is it going to protect me? You know, one of my closest friends, God bless her, Erica Watson, passed from COVID. And very talented, beautiful comedian. I mean, just a superstar. And when you have somebody like that in your life that you think will never die, and then they're gone, it just makes you appreciate life differently. And it just makes you go, listen, my ego is not that big to think that I can just handle this pandemic that's affecting the world on my own and make these decisions and just be like, whatever, fuck it, I got it. I didn't have the ego for that.
Did any of your relationships change with people? Because I know for myself, I got a lot closer to certain people that I was friendly with, but then, you know, we really locked in. And then there were some people I kind of got more distance from. Yeah,
I mean, I definitely... Me and my mother, like, I love my mother. I distance myself from her just because she wasn't doing the mask right. You know, she was wearing coffee filters and stuff and head wraps. So I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to distance myself from my mother. We've gotten back together. We've gotten closer since, you know, the die down. But, yeah, you know, there would be people that were... You know, my space is like, don't be in my space. Respect my space. And it will always be that one person like, oh, you don't want to hug me? Because I'm such a hugger. Right. So before the pandemic, I was always hugging people and cuckooing people. So now I'm just like, I don't want to touch you. I don't, you know, want to be. And it'll be like, oh, me? Oh, it's me? And it's like, no, it's not you. It's the COVID that's probably inside you.
I feel like Donnell Rawlings was one of those people that you wouldn't hug.
Yeah, definitely not Donnell. Donnell looked like the poster child of COVID. I mean, you know.
he had it like 3 times.
I know he did. He was circulating everywhere. Everybody had COVID around him. And then him and COVID, the cousins, I don't know. But, you know, Donna just looked like the type of person that would get COVID.
I agree.
You know, and I love him. That's my brother too. But he know I would say that. Like
he definitely got it a few times.
Yeah, he always running around somewhere.
He's on that lake. I thought it must be COVID on that lake he always on.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Now, can you talk about the Comedy Cellar, because that's such an important place here in New York City?
Yes.
And for people to even be able to get on that stage, I've heard people be like, I got to get into the Comedy Cellar. How do I make that happen?
I mean, listen, it is a tough space to get into. It is one of the top comedy clubs in the world, not even the country, the world. You know, the thing about the Comedy Cellar that really builds people is that, you know, you're among the best of the best. So you never know, like, Chris Rock will come in one night out of nowhere, Chappelle will pop in, Amy Schumer. I mean, you got so many different people that you're on the stage with. You have to bring it, and you have to also be in a place where you're like, you know, there's an integrity and an honor to be on that stage, and to just know that, you know, a lot of the best are there, and you want to uphold that standard.
Mm-hmm. You were there when Chris Rock came right after the whole slap situation.
Yes.
Did he say anything? Did you ask him? I know you wanted to.
Well, he popped up on a show that I because, you know, you can't be saying certain shit. He popped up on a show. I didn't know he was going to be on the show, right? And he went on first, and he did not talk about the slap, and I understand that, and I want to just take the time to explain that. Something happened to him in the middle of him having a whole hour about something else, right? And I think now the pressure is, we gonna go see him because he gonna rah about the slap. It's like, no. You know, comics put an hour together. That hour has an energy, has a vibe, it has a through line, right? You're not just gonna throw something in and expect somebody to talk about something that they also have to, on top of everything, process.
Right.
You know, also something that was so embarrassing. And I think sometimes people don't respect comedians, right? Like, well, why can't you just make a joke? Why can't you just, well, nigga, I just got slapped on national television. You understand what I'm saying? And the people around me who are supposed to be my peers just sat there. That's why I was saying, I wish I had been slapped. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it was me.
Why?
Because first of all, everybody, you got to go to commercial break. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not working as a comic no more. The Oscars are over. If you haven't gotten your award right now, it's going to come in the mail. Tell the bitch that plays the harp an extra 5 minutes because the memorial about to get real long. You understand what I'm saying? He slapped somebody. And nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the
repercussions from?
Right. And I'm saying this, saying, I fucking love Will Smith. You understand what I'm saying? I grew up with him. We rock with Will Smith through everything. We let him just switch Aunt Viv out of nowhere. Nobody said nothing. White people let him be a part of Independence Day. They let him star in Independence Day. That's how much white people love him. They don't let niggas do anything. Remember the nigga that tried to be Captain America? White people was committing suicide over that. Trump's company.
So mad.
They let Will Smith be Mr. Independence Day. Only thing they didn't ride with him with was Wild Wild West. That shit tanked.
That didn't do well.
Right?
Okay.
It spent $150 million on the budget, made 47 cents on office. What I'm saying is, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and then they just expected this process to just, oh, well, we're just going to let it go on. No. As a comedian, I definitely felt like, oh, well, there's no room for us to do what we do. If we're bringing you levity, sometimes there may be a misstep. But that misstep doesn't involve a slap. Nobody slapped Will Smith when he did Wild Wild West. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't slap me. Have a conversation with me. And also, as a black woman, I was torn because, you know, I rock with Jada. You know, she's a hometown girl, first of all. She's a black woman. I understand black women feel disrespected, unheard. So a part of me was like, yes, absolutely, I stand with Jada. But also, Jada's gorgeous and got alopecia. Now we got to deal with all these alopecia niggas. No disrespect to them, but they're like, oh, Jada's the hero. No. Jada's gorgeous and can pull off no hair.
Right.
I need the unattractive woman that can't pull no hair off to be the mascot for y'all. Because a lot of bitches out here don't have no hair and they unattractive and you don't even know it because they ain't got no eyebrows to tell you that they sad.
You stupid, yo.
So what I'm saying is, Jada's doing well. She's a gorgeous woman. Will didn't have to slap Chris. It's too many people you can slap. You know what I'm saying? Or at the very least, maybe not slap your daughter, but have a conversation with your daughter, because then your daughter make the song, whip your hair back and forth, And she know good and damn well mother can't whip her hair back before because she ain't got
Stop
hair.
it.
You had a lot of different
So I had all these
emotions.
opinions. What I'm saying, I had a lot of opinions, but I'm torn. Chris Rock is the GOAT. Will Smith is the GOAT. Jada's the GOAT. I love Jada. What do you do when the family is feuding? I don't know. Maybe Jay-Z come up with another album.
But you know, some people said that they had a conversation before, and this was something from the past that came back, and allegedly they had a conversation. And
who said that? People always said.
People
always said. Mama always said. They don't know what the hell's going on. Let me tell you something. You know, I'll put it like this. A really good friend of mine and I had a conversation yesterday about some stuff I posted on his page, and he felt some kind of way about it. In the conversation,
you posted something on your friend's page, but you got his password?
No. He posted something. I made a comment. Yeah, I made a comment on it.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I wish I knew passwords, but I've been trying to learn passwords since the dawn of time. So he posted something. I felt some kind of way, and I made a comment about it. He, in turn, felt some kind of way about the comment that I made, and so we had a conversation. And what I let him know is, like, I'm not a social media troll. I'm human like everybody else, so I'm have the propensity to go on a page, put something down, and it be wrong or it be out of pocket or feel, you know, whatever. But I'm also the person that's like, I can just take it down. Like, it's not, I'm not living or dying on a comment that especially if it makes you feel some kind of way.
You could also delete it.
Right. I could delete it. I could do all kinds of things. So I think sometimes it's like, for me, it's hard to believe they had a conversation, because if you really had a conversation, some of this stuff kind of dies down in a real conversation. That's why I would, and they're both, you know, logical men. It's not like, I mean, it's not like Will Smith does this all the time. So that's why it hurt us so much, because it's like, that's not a part of his character at all. And then you watch Chris Rock just there, and you know, you feel bad for him. As a comic, I felt bad for him, feeling he was so alone. It was silence there. Nobody came to his aid. It just...
I did feel bad that no one went over to him and, like, you just saw the picture of him standing there by his side, and he's just looking like, I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was too many white people in it. White people was like, well, Tyler Perry's here, maybe it's a sketch. So they don't know what's going on. They think it's somebody filming some of the Oscars. But it also speaks to a certain hierarchy that we don't acknowledge that we have even in our own communities, right? Because there was a sort of running to Will Smith, and I think a sort of abandoning of Chris Rock that really was the thing that made me as a comic uncomfortable, because it's like, obviously Will Smith is, you know, Hollywood royalty, but does that make Chris Rock like garbage? Like, does a comic never become a part of this sort of Hollywood royalty? Are we always there to be subjugated to just, you know, picking up the pieces and making everybody laugh and relegating us to the side when people are happy? You know, it's you really have to say, where do we stand in this art form and in this business as comedians? Are we just, you know, it's always that running thing where it's like comics are just maybe a step above mime, right? When you talk about the hierarchy of talent.
So? I love... Okay, go ahead.
No, you say it. I mean,
I'm saying I feel like I love watching comedy. It's one of my favorite things to do in my, you know, when I'm at home and I'm looking through Netflix and seeing what am I going to watch. I watch stand-ups and people I have no idea who they are sometimes.
Right.
Just to, you know, have, and you know, I go out to comedy shows and everything. And so I wouldn't look at it as like that. But I understand, but I want to hear your point of view because you're in it, so.
Comedy is that thing that everybody think they can do, right?
Right.
You watch an actor, Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson, perform, you go, oh my God, you're in awe. You're like, wow, I cannot imagine. And then you watch a comic kill for an hour, you're like, yeah, but nigga, I can do that.
No.
You know what I mean? No, there are so many people that think they can just
I would never
stand
disrespect
up.
it like that. I feel like, because we've seen so many people bomb too.
A lot of people bomb. What were your thoughts on T.I. when T.I. started?
I knew you were
to
going
do
to
comedy?
do that.
I've been waiting for this question. Well,
She stood up.
Here's the thing. I was blessed to encounter T.I. When I taped a couple of episodes for Hip Hop Squares. And he was a lovely gentleman, you know. So I can only speak from how he presented himself as a nice person. When it comes to stand-up, and this is again what everybody think they can do it, is not only does it look easy, because the goodness of a good comic is that they make it look easy,
right.
is that sometimes you can get in the right pockets in the right community, and then these cats are also gassing you up. And I think in T.I.'s situation, because he is funny, right? I think sometimes, and again, it's people thinking they can just do anything and not go through the steps. I think also his environment probably is like, yeah, but come on, man, you King of the South, you blah, 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 blah. And then you're not setting him up for, let's talk structure. Let's talk about maybe we don't just put you out in these big venues because you're the, King of the South and rap, because those are your rap fans. Now we have to get you to get them to understand you as a comic, but we also have to get you to develop your persona, develop the material, get the understanding of the subjects that you want to talk about, and then when you've honed that and you've worked out these bits and you've sort of crafted a set, then let's go out and put you at the Barclay. Like, it's so many niggas that fail him. I'm just being honest. And I love to so many niggas fail. Why would you put him there and subject him to people that are already like, yo, bro, what, you know what I mean? And then you put him around other comics. Sometimes the people in our own crew so busy gassing us or not telling us the honest to God truth that we put ourselves in situations where he should not have been in no boost situation like that. His boy should have been like, yo, let's not do that this year. Let's do a few other things. Let's really tighten up this set. Let's get it going. Because that's what all the comics are doing. After doing comedy for 20-some years and still hustling, trying to get people to know me and know who I am, I have perfected what I do because I've been in the trenches so hard. Nobody scooped me up when I started doing stand-up when I was 16 years old. I'm in my 40s. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody scooped me up. So I have time to work, write, and develop. I write for television shows. I work on different ways and jokes and shit like that. So at this point, there's a recovery for me that I understand about the stage. As a new comic, I don't care how many times you've successfully done a set.
Right.
There is a time where that crowd is not going to be on your side, and you got to figure out how you're going to get into them and what you're going to say and what you're going to do. It is a dance that has to happen, and that's stuff that you learn over time. And I think both sides are having a problem because the way that people have been approaching T.I., and he is a rapper, and he gets respect because we all know him and we love him, he don't want nobody telling him what he can and cannot do. So then there's also that, right? Like as a comic, anybody giving you constructive criticism may be taken as like, yo, don't disrespect me, man. Don't tell me what I can. I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? Instead of somebody coming to him and just be like, bro, on the side, let me just say, these niggas not going to tell you this. I think we should work and do X, Y, and Z, and also let me help you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on it.
Do you remember your worst show?
Well, I talked about that. When I bombed on Apollo, but Showtime at the Apollo. But I mean, I've had shows where I am as vulnerable as I can be when I'm on stage. I come up there, I am a big Black woman, and people got opinions about that. There's certain things that people don't think I should talk about, things I shouldn't say. So I mean, I've been in Texas. I've had a white man stand up and challenge me because I'm talking about, January 6th and the whole, talking about Trump. I've had people challenge me or people tell me I don't have a space to speak on the things that I'm speaking on. So, I mean, it's a vulnerable space. And as we navigate through a new world of sensibility and cancel culture, comics are sort of doubling down on like, I'm either going to go all the way in or I'm going to step out. Right. So we're sort of losing that middle ground where people are like, I'm just going to toe the line. There's no toeing the line. And what I hope is that we as comics don't feel like we got to go so in to prove a point that we lose the humanity of comedy. Because comedy at the end of the day really is to take those things that upset us or make us fearful and to share those thoughts in a way that also make you laugh, right? Because at the end of the day, if I'm crying about something, at least let me find a silver lining where I can laugh. And that's what I want comedy continue to be, and not this sort of divisiveness that's happening right now.
And what I do love is when people can be honest, like you said, in your circle. We went to Donnell when he was taping his stand-up special. Yeah. You performed as well. Yeah. But then the special, he has to redo it. Yeah. And the honesty of being like, okay, this isn't...
Why does he have to redo it?
listen, and killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it needed to be done because, you know,
I mean, he talks about it.
Because for me, I'm gonna get stank with it, right?
Go ahead.
And then people are like, who the fuck this bitch? I read the comments now. You need a crowd to fuck with you. If you gonna come and fuck with me, fuck with me. If you not, carry your ass home. Stay home. I mean, I've had it. I've had people come out like, oh, this bitch. Don't nobody need that. I'm trying to do the best I can, and I need to vibe with niggas. Nobody can get, and I learned that even from like roasting, right? Mm-hmm. Like some jokes that we tell in roasting, they don't hit.
Right.
But if the vibe is right, it can blow up some shit, and you be like, yo, that joke wasn't even all of that. But I be damned if that bitch didn't deliver that joke. You know what I mean? The audiences understand how important they are. So I think for him, that audience was sort of like, trying to be cute. Mm-hmm. Don't be cute. Help this nigga out.
Right.
You came to support him. Don't nobody give a fuck what you doing, looking like in the audience. They gonna pan to the audience maybe twice, and they gonna skip right through you niggas and be blur. But support your boy that you come out. So it's those things too. Not everybody that comes out to see you is championing you. Some people come out to fucking hate.
Yeah, they do.
I
was watching that documentary. They were talking about stand-up comedy. They were like, the difference with black crowds is we come not to laugh.
But that is so. And listen, because I'm mainstream because more white people got la la la. I love turning niggas out. That's my favorite pastime because I can just drop the shit, and it's such a shorthand. I gotta explain everything to white people. But black people, y'all get it.
Right.
But also, as much as it's that vibe that only your people can give you, it still be niggas like, who's this fat? Oh, who she thinks she this? Oh, she thinks she. And I'm always some fat black comedian they already seen, some fat black bitch they know. I'm they damn auntie, they damn cousin. Bitch, just come sit down and vibe.
Have a good time.
And that's what white people sit down, and I hate to do white and black shit, I'm telling you, white people sit down and they can't wait for the show to start. They looking around. And black people just come in and they still looking at the fucking wing menu 20 minutes into the damn. They got Rasta pasta here, nigga. Just get the Rasta pasta in these wings and shut the fuck
me
up.
Every time I'm at the menu, like.
Right. And did you come here to eat? Did you come here to laugh? This shit in the food here ain't that damn. First of all, nigga, they don't even have no kitchen. You don't even know where the fuck they got this food from. Act like you came here to eat so damn hard. You can't have a good time. But this is also the reason why I'm telling you, when I first moved to New York, I was 20-some years ago, I was a sweet little lamb. But comedy fucking built me, like.
New York changed you? The comedy world changed you?
What? And then niggas be like, how come you ain't soft? I'm soft with the right nigga. But in terms of I don't have time to go on stage because too many people trying to attack me. I got to figure out what's going on. I got to blah, 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 blah. You ain't got enough swag for this. You look at that. It be taking all that shit to get people to just come and fucking sit down.
Right.
And I promise you, if you don't like what I'm saying or what I'm doing, you first of all, you're not. But if you just relax and let me take us on a ride, we're going to have a good fucking time because I've been doing this. Mm-hmm. And I'm not here to throw any shit in your face. I'm not here to disrespect you, the money you spent, or your time. I'm just here to share my love and my life and hope that at some point in this set, you go, I can relate to that. Yeah, right. I felt that too. That's it.
Now, you also, like we were talking about earlier on Life and Beth, so you and Amy Schumer have a good relationship outside of that show. How did that even happen? Was it that she said,
adopted me when I was 7 years old.
Was it that she said, I want Yamaneika to play my best friend? Or was it
she
an
did
audition?
ask for me. She did ask me. I did audition. The good thing about Amy Schumer is this. She see talent, she going, hey, let me figure out how I can put them in something that I'm doing, And that's the good thing because a lot of times people will see talent and they figure out how they can siphon your talent from you, leaving you where you are, and then they can utilize it, and she doesn't do that. So, yeah, she's a really fun person, really sweet person, nice person,
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you this weekend. You're going to be at Caroline's.
Yes, I'm going to be at Caroline's.
7 p.m. show, 9:45 p.m. show. And I'm excited for you. We'll sell those shows out immediately. And congratulations and good luck with everything that you're doing.
How much are you lifting? I saw you. What are those called? Deadlifts?
I think she said 75 plus 25. She said 75 plus 25. So
I got to come work out with you. I haven't worked out in
I want you to do, and we're going to film it.
You know, me and you boxed one time. We used to go boxing.
Not one time. We went a few times.
A few times.
Who won?
No, we didn't box each other.
Yeah,
we just went through the whole
boxing
training of boxing. We did it for a little bit, and then we just said, F all that.
Well, I'm extending an invitation for you guys to come and train with me.
She said we're going to film it. She want to,
You know me. Let's put everything on film.
Okay. All right, I'll do it.
I'll come through.
I can't do no
perfect.
75
Absolutely.
plus 25 deadlifts, though. Tell you that right now.
Yeah, you'll do it. It's fun.
How has working out improved, like, your mental? Because I know those things are all connected.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, for me, find something that you love, and then that's it. I love boxing. Mm-hmm. I didn't love anything else. And for me, I'm going right after this. I got my bag. I'm so excited about.
Do you spar too?
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there. Shout out to Naima who trains me. Yeah, I'm in there. It's such it makes you feel so good and alive. And then when you start to see your body shape up in a great and be strong, absolutely. So I always tell people, find something you love and then you can stick with it. Mm-hmm. That's it.
We went boxing. Envy was woo.
It's a lot of cardio at first. It's a lot of
cardio.
A lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
Yes.
I enjoy cardio. That's about it.
I don't. Well, you know, when you go boxing, people automatically think the first thing you do is go in the ring and start swinging.
Right.
But it's not like that. You only swing really for 10 minutes. The other 50 minutes is cardio. You're jumping rope. You're running back and forth. You're doing push-ups. You're doing planks. You're doing all types of other things.
Yeah.
And then, the 10 minutes of boxing until you get to that point.
Until you get to the endurance. And the thing that for me is like, boxers are so, I think sometimes we go, oh, they're dumb, right? Because it's all physical. But when I realize, how much I have to remember to turn my hips, turn my leg, turn my body, duck down, do all these things. There's so much thinking that happens. We definitely got to give boxers way more respect than we give them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let us know when we come in the box with you. We would love that.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to set it up.
We'll put it on film.
Yamaneika
I got to
Saunders.
practice first.
It's the Breakfast Club. Check her out at Caroline's the 22nd and 23rd, 7 p.m. and 9:45 p.m. She has 2 shows each night. Go get your tickets now. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.